would be nice if I knew how to do such a thing. I don't know how to stage and shit. Ain't got no stories, boy. Other than this game, I had struggles loading the fuck up. Majority a couple times. Which was a pain in the ass. My reputation with the bad people, which is the board, is all negative because I killed their main character, which was hilarious. Now they no like me no more. Thank you, phone, for reassuring that I'm streaming. Dankeschön. Rein-line. Well, my damage was decent. I have 4,000 and I can tinker the shit up my weapon if I please. I did tell you that.
Hey, Felix. I tried your recipe, you know.
Tried my Rizzo's purple candy vodka? Be honest. Great drink or greatest drink?
It's a mite sweet for my taste, but it ain't bad. Gave me a headache, something awful the next morning.
Yes.
Yeah, the formula's a work in progress, but I'm close to a breakthrough. Figure I should add more sugar.
The headache's on account of the sugar content. You want to get fancy? Find yourself a taro. They've got sweet blood, but it ain't so full of sugar.
Tearaway blood. Got it. What makes it so sweet?
You know, next time I hunt one, I'll have to ask.
Crap.
That's good.
The only thing that does confuse me about this game is that this is a light machine gun. It's a fucking minigun, but
Careful. Only things you'll find in the ruins are liable to shoot you or eat you. Or both.
oh look, light machine gun. Look, like for a second you see the highlights light. It doesn't highlight heavy. This highlights heavy, but it's a light assault rifle. If you understand that, please pray to me. Nothing in the fridge. Yes, give me the mod stuff.
Looks like we're doing this.
Nice one.
I have this on normal, by the way. Before I got these weaponry, it was literally a pain in my ass. So I can modify my shit if I please. Wrong play button. Ooh, fun times barrel. Ups my crit damage. Hell yeah, I'm gonna have that. Yeah, you know, it's fully done. Mega zap. So So my thing ups my damage, but if I add this, I have shock damage tagged to it. But I can't have two things at once. Blinder up. And if I tinker, I can up the damage of these things. So I'm not sure on this. Like for this, it's like in thousands. Just spend money just to up the shit out of it. I usually go up to the point where it starts costing me thousands. Then I stop. So that after this, then it'll be 1,000 to up it. $700, 600, 1,700. Oh, I can tinker my armor? Oh, what? I didn't know I could do such a thing. I know I'm annoyed, because if I knew that, I would have up the shit out of my stuff. Up everything. Yes. Repair my shears. The only thing that triggers me in this game the most is that despite the fact I'm 21, I can use a 22 light machine gun. 23 melee, like it, but it doesn't tell me like downsides, like 22 armor, but it says my stuff's completely fine. The only thing that is a little moany is this thing, but that just says because of the armor. Misa, I don't understand, sir. Test this thing out. This buddy.
That's fun.
Still got it.
Or you can get rad. Be going this way. Big moron. Like the ray gun nearly. But not quite. Ah, hacking skills. They come very much in handy. Reminds me I probably should up that a bit more when I get the chance. Optional pipe any terminals. I also hacked it. I would make this game a nice chill ass game. That's if you upgrade your shit good enough. You tinker it and modify it right and stuff. going around cleaning shit up. Easy as. Oh, that sucks. Is that like a heavy
Hello? Hello?
delay or?
I hear boots out there. Wait, can rats hear boots? Get away! Oh, thank the Eternal. I'm Huxley. Hux if you're lazy. I'm stuck. My friends and I were scavenging here, and a Meta Queen showed up. Then Raptidon. It was a void blasted mess. I ran in here and, now the door's locked. Little help? It's easier than it sounds, alright? Next time you get chased by Raptidons, you let me know the rationality of your decisions.
Yeah, kill them.
Rude? I'll have you know I can go for whole days without a snack. I'll be here if you change your mind. On account of I can't do anything else.
Oh, I can't even. I need to level up. Oh, well. Rest in peace.
I'm going.
Can they fix the thing? Is that not a thing?
Coming back.
Okay. Well, I can't actually set her free, so... Is there like a top thing I can hop on in for? Maybe? No. I can just weirdly get up here for no piss off reason. So, how much are you liking this game so far? It being all sci-fi and stuff. I guess I'll do other missions and wait until... Wait, how does that look? Eh. Obviously I had to go Mohawk, you know. Oh, you don't get the same, like, I can just piss about, kill things. That type of thing. You don't get that, you know, freelance vibe where you can just literally do your own thing, piss about, kill whatever, loot everything, choose who you get to kill and whose side you're on and stuff. Yeah. Melee is not difficult.
Got him. Life features on me, bro.
How much ammo? Okay, I have more ammo in here than I do anything else. Because that's what usually these games are about.
Are these real ruins? Huh. It's just like in the serials.
Because it's made by the people
Don't
that
bother
made
knocking on any doors. If anyone's inside, they're liable to respond to gun.
Fallout New Vegas. Except from they didn't think of putting a torch in this game. It's just roaming in the dark like a nilly. Yeah, like at least like an LED thing on my chest or something. Like, at least give me that much, you know?
That's how it's done, Captain.
This is working, boss!
Yeah, because the guy on my team, I was doing a job for the board, and the board is like this company, a massive like big ass company that's like a government-esque type of thing, and he wasn't liking how buddy I was being, and it literally refused. That's true. It literally refused to allow me to tell him that I was pretending to be on her side so I can actually get in the room where she's locked out and then kill her. It literally refused to let me say such a thing. So I guess they didn't put that into the actual game itself.
Hey, Nyoka. I got some questions I've been meaning to ask you about being a hunter and all.
So the game kind of shut itself.
Yep. So,
When I literally just murdered her
sobering
straight
effect on
outright.
our friend Nyoka.
Sir, please stop.
Forgive me, Celia. I couldn't help myself. Anyway, what can I do for you?
So the game's just like, oh shit.
You weren't supposed to look. I asked you to delete it. Oh, yes. No doubt someone else was having a laugh at my expense before you. This has been my albatross. The great shame of my career. I give MSI everything.
So after I killed her,
My work,
I did
my
have
youth,
like 3
my
main
left
missions,
kidney,
and then
for
like 2 of them
years,
vanished after I
it was
killed
a
her.
joke to them.
And I'm assuming they were hoping that I wasn't going to be able to survive all the guards, but I literally had like a stupidly overpowered light machine gun, so I just gunned them all down.
One of the executives required a transplant. I
was
thought volunteering to
hilarious.
donate might improve my prospects. Apparently not. In charge of a scrap heap of a city, abandoned by the board and surviving only through the hypocrisy of our trading partners. I hadn't thought of it that way. But perhaps there's something to that. Thank you for that. Was there something else?
Was there something else?
You think we're the problem? Have you even heard the nonsense Graham is spewing?
I
It
kinda
isn't
just
easy
clicked
keeping a town
randomly,
like
I
Stellar
couldn't
Bay
do
afloat, especially without the board's backing. We need that frequency to reach our trading partners.
Face animation kind of sucks.
My, you know how to take control of a situation, don't you?
I get aroused.
It's
Please
warm in
arouse.
here. Is anyone else warm?
What he means to say is that we won't need that frequency once we're able to get MSI restored to the board.
And the first step is getting the Bolt 52.
But I killed the main people on the board. Okay.
I see. And was his delivery of the MSI authorized greeting up to snuff? Well, that's excellent. I'll see that your feedback makes it into his review.
Yay!
What else can I do for you?
I did a solid for the man.
Then it's good that I keep such meticulous notes.
Oh my god. This game was no joke for dialogue.
I've asked myself the same thing many times, especially seeing as the legal mechanisms we employed were part of the board's own bylaws. Not intentionally,
I guess the
though that's
downside for me
technically
is
true.
that if
For many years, this planet was home to
it's
as many
just me
corporations as
alone,
Terra 2. But back then, it was
I
known
just
as Terra 1.
don't talk so much. But if there's someone actually texting to me or something, or actually talking to my ass, I actually do talk.
Really? I always thought they were refreshingly straightforward names. After all, the whole point of terraforming was to make them Earth-like.
Here, though, the results were mixed.
That ain't fair. They didn't leave on account of the hazards. They left on account of their cowardice. The hazards just gave them a reason to put to paper.
Sharp as ever, Nyoka. And as the other corporations began to tally their losses, they decided to pull out. MSI's leadership at the time certainly thought so, but there were others of us who saw an opportunity. The chance to improve working hours and conditions, to reform MSI from the ground up. Ah, so you've heard about our prior acquaintance.
Sure.
I suppose you're right.
Good thing for
Graham's
upping
always had a
personality.
way with words. Strange as it may seem, I suspect he'd have quite the corporate career if he weren't so radical. Graham seemed like a reasonable man years ago. We both agreed that MSI's treatment of its workers was untenable. I thought reforms would be enough. I didn't realize you wanted to abolish the corporate system entirely. Reforms are humane, but they're also good business sense. Exhausted, sick, and malnourished workers are not productive workers. Even
I
a
do see the
cursory
point
review of the
why you
data
can
bears
get
that
into this
out.
game at times.
Anyway, we learned of a loophole in the corporate bylaws that would allow MSI to claim ownership of the entire planet once the other corporations pulled out, creating the perfect environment for us to enact these new reforms. No, they laughed in our faces and insisted we'd be relocating to Terra 2 along with everyone else. Yes, some of us stayed behind, and as the most senior executive remaining, I ended up in charge of what was left of MSI. I moved forward with our planned reforms, as well as our strategy to assume ownership of the planet. Yet not long after I renamed it Monarch, the other corporations dislodged us from the board and began an official campaign to paint us as lawless savages. I don't think I realized how far they'd stoop. Everything we did was legal and above board. We followed their rules, and yet they still found reasons to declare us outlaws.
Your first mistake was expecting the board to cut you a fair deal.
I understand the sentiment, but if we can't rely on some sort of framework, then what do we have? I do think there's something useful in a governing body like the board. Something that keeps us from anarchy, but I dearly wish it functioned differently. Why wouldn't anyone? They own nearly all the resources and infrastructure in Halcyon.
Yeah, and once you go back to him, he'll own your dignity too.
Yeah, that'd go a long way toward rebuilding our homes.
To be on the board is to be part of the colonial community, and being cut off means slow strangulation.
Oh, whoops.
I'm not a man to put pride before progress. If membership on the board can ease our hardships and provide us with opportunities, then that's the path I mean to pursue. Besides, I'm hopeful that additional leverage on our part will allow us a more equitable relationship.
Hey.
Don't get ahead of yourself, sir.
Yes, it'll be easier to explain once
See,
we
he's
have
trying to
the
get
board
on the good
50
side for the board.
My hope is to maintain the reforms we've managed here, and who knows? Perhaps once we're restored, we could spread them to other corporations.
But then there's me that literally got into the main leader of the board's room, and just literally quickly just killed everyone.
What can I do for you?
Leave. because fuck you. Oh, I have to keep... What is the job here? Help the broker deal with the MSI. Okay, do I have to talk to him
A
again?
fine day for business, isn't it? Anyway, what can I do for you?
What can I do for you?
Then it's good that I keep such meticulous notes.
It's straight bullshit is what
Waste
it
our
is.
time talking about
A
this.
fabrication rich folks use to preserve their investments by leaving a lot of people here to die slow.
Nyoka has the right of it. It's a legal provision that gives the board the authority to cordon off any planet or location that it deems dangerous.
Sounds like the board gave themselves the power to arrest an entire planet.
They would say it's for the greater good.
The fuck?
Monarch may be dangerous, but it's hardly the wasteland the board describes it to be. Whatever the board's goals, the greater good has little part in them.
I doubt it.
Why wouldn't anyone? They own nearly all the resources and infrastructure in Halcyon.
Ugh.
To be on the board is to be part of the colonial community. And being cut off means slow strangulation. Indeed, we've got to consider realities, not ideals. If membership on the board can ease our hardships and provide us with opportunities, then that's the path I mean to pursue.
I didn't mean to make him repeat his
Besides, I'm
dumbass
hopeful that
self.
additional leverage on our part will
It's
allow us
not
a
like
more equitable
The
relationship.
other games where you can just walk off.
Oh, believe me, I've learned that much. But I'm also not going to leave MSI at a disadvantage. My hope is to maintain the reforms we've managed here, and who knows? Perhaps once we're restored, we could spread them to other corporations.
Yes, good for you. You've said it before.
What can I do for you?
Stop talking to me. You're annoying. Let me go to the other mission before I decide to try to kill you.
So, Nyoka, I tried your suggestion. What?
Wait, is there a
Special
shop
Purple
I
Berry
can...
vodka.
Wait, how much money
You
do
said
I
I should-
have?
To
That's
throw in
what
the dash.
I have fuck all cash.
So I
Okay,
did.
I'm gonna do.
Oh,
I have to go for scraps. My ammunition, I like to keep up to hefty. Hefty level. Oh, I haven't been here before. I like it how this game's made the currency called bits. So, oh, it's so sci-fi sounding.
Well, hello, and welcome to the home of the Iconoclasts. I'm Rose.
The
Please, take
currency
a
in
pamphlet.
this game's called bits. It's like-
In it, you'll find
not very
everything you need to
sci-fi
know
of them,
about
but-
Graham, his philosophist truths, and the Iconoclast way. He wrote it himself, you know. Oh no, I'm so sorry. I keep forgetting. We're out of pamphlets. Gosh, blast it.
Eh. Cool. I'm stuck talking to a
Why, we're the
cultist.
only free people in Halcyon. No corporations, no shackles, no problems. Oh, those are just hurdles. We deal with them as they come. You're welcome to stay with us, so long as you can earn your keep.
Yeah, I get you.
Oh, you've heard Graham's teachings. I'm so glad. He and Zora have done such a wonderful job spreading the light around this dark, dark planet. You can think of those
Guess
two
that's
as
the
our
only
leaders,
sci-fi
but
bit I
they're more
don't
like examples. We all ought to be more like them.
The bit.
Why, he's our founder. Graham taught us about philosophism. Through him, we came to the eternal truth. I'm glad you're asking, by the way. I hope you'll consider staying.
I'm considered taking you out because you sound very much of a
She-
cult, and
well-
I'm not a fan.
She's been with us since the beginning. I think she was our sawbones back then, but now she's more like our commander. She goes and finds people in the wilderness and gets them to come here. And she keeps us from being chewed on and whatnot. She's liable to take your head off if you screw up, but then she'll sew it back on for you.
Beg your pardon?
The new boy! Yes, he's quite clever. He took to our teachings very quickly. Last I saw him, he was headed into one of the buildings up the hill.
Thank you for the information, dumbass.
I ought to mention, the iconoclasts are loyal folk. Treat them right, they'll do the same. Turn on them, they'll open fire without a second thought.
This place wasn't half so pretty in the serials.
It's okay, I could take them out twice as fast if I pleased. Took out the board, I can take this out.
A mantiquin.
Yeah, we felled it, mind. But we lost 2 runners and 5 gun hands.
A total failure, then. A stranger comes to our home. If you're looking for a path to walk, you've found one. If you're looking for a teacher, I am one.
That voice
Welcome
is in Skyrim,
to the iconoclasts.
but I can't remember the character that voice is on.
Ah, yes. The first step to accepting the truths of philosophism is to open your heart to its wisdom. I've found the written word to be quite effective in helping people do that. But alas, the eternal truth hasn't been generous with the paper and ink. Now,
But I do understand
why
why
have you come?
some people are not a huge fan of this, because it's more dialogue than there is.
Stop. No. Spreading the truth is the only way to combat the board's poisonous campaign of propaganda against their people. I realize the board has blockaded our efforts, but Devil's Peak is an interplanetary radio tower. Surely somebody is listening. Surely?
No. Science.
Graham,
Yeah.
we should be focusing on survival anyway. Food, ammo, and medicine. Maybe now's the time to pivot.
Pivot, huh? If radio isn't working, we might try another way. It seems the captain's timing is more than just serendipitous. It must be fate. I've had my sights on an old printing press for some time.
Oh no.
The board uses magazines and advertisements to subtly focus the
You're
colony's
only
attention.
missing,
We
like,
will use their
slight
tricks against
dialogue.
them.
Wait, that's not what I meant.
Help me clear out and repair the press, and I will have no need for that rust bucket of a radio tower.
Attack! That's too much work, I'll kill you now! Wait, is my job to kill them?
So be it. In the meantime, I will be here shouting truth into the aether.
Wait, my job is to kill them. Is it? Help the broker deal with the MSI and the the broker cannot deliver the location of the chemicals until you stop them. Stop them. Oh. So I can help them, but I could also fuck them over. Which I want to fuck them over because they're a cult and it's more fun to kill. Death, 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 death. Seal your stuff with having no sad. Those people will try their best. Oh crap. Taking big groups out is so much fun because it's so easy. Oh, if your thing was still frozen, you have missed out on whole lot of carnage. Oh my. It's okay if you remember the time thing that it's set now, you can backtrack it, because I'll put it on my YouTube account as well. So I just went nuts, like zero mercy up on these bitches. Too lazy to read it all. I like it how it still casts a stealing despite the fact that they're dead and no one's gonna tell me otherwise. Alright. Handy. What, just gun-hoing all of them and just have a trial of just... Yes, but you can't necessarily do that for to the right people, obviously. But it's a good thing this game allows you to just literally gun-ho the shit out of everyone if you pleased. The people here had way more guards than the people on the board did. So there's still some over there.
What was that? Who's there? Jackass isn't coming!
Where? Oh.
Out we go!
Started!
They stuck over there.
Hurt, huh? Get him!
Oh, that's true. Dear diary. Just in case. Oh, I don't have hack 5. I need hack 5 in engineering, 55 on each. Oh, that sucks.
Hell of a job.
Thank you. What did she say? I can't remember if she said part of the job or not part of the job. Is that heavy machine gun you mentioned? I'm getting overcumbered though because I'm grabbing too much damn sexy loot. Can't remember if there was a table or not. That is a lot of shit though, look at that. It's nuts. Alright, anything worth keeping? Armor wise, 38, 21. What is mine? 46. Okay. What's Felix's stuff? He has a 600 assault rifle. 36 to 29. 38. To 38. That's kind of cool. Don't think I have anything higher than 38, right? Same goes for her, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. There we go. Now they got better armor, so maybe they shan't die so quickly. What's the button to... Oops. Break down his Q. Okay. Have to make some sacrifices because I'm overcumbered. Just checking on the value stuff, because if it's like real cheap shit, then I can just dispose of it. Like this thing. Ammo is now getting scarce in that department, so I have to use this more. We killed everyone? Seems like it. Sell my junk. And then I can start flogging this stuff. So I'm just going. Now back to 2000. Yay! And I'm gonna keep them because they're cool looking. Ish. Oh, I can get the money. Get the ammo. Yeah, they don't seem very expensive, so I just grab them. The fuck is that? It's a 220. I've never seen it before. Oh, there's that sword that I saw in the loading screen. Look at that. It looks more chunky than it does. That's like a lightsaber. What is this? This is a shotgun. I can't get that, but I can get the sword. I texted her, but she hasn't replied. I'm streaming. What? The sword and the pistol? The ultimate bolter. Looks sick as shit because I've never seen a pistol like that before. Look at that. Wouldn't you want that as a pistol? I'm obviously not loaded, but what the fuck is this? Oh, okay. Well, I'm not stacked, so I guess I have to sacrifice. So just back to him. Yes, it is. Rightio. I'll just get the pistol and just tinker the shit out of it. I'm running away. Yeah, test out. Because I know I had like a pistol that was cool before, but it was like a disgusting... It ended up being like a disgusting free burst. Where like the condition just died stupidly quick.
I see the iconoclasts have expanded their quarrel to include you. Ah, fractious bunch, aren't they? Anyway, what can I do for you?
What am I meant to... Radio Free Monarch. What do I do? Help. Oh, so I have to kill him as well? Oh, okay, because they're not giving me straight missions, or are they? Oh, the bolter person, but the person blocked itself and I can't. Tough times. Because I can't. Because look how far away I am from upping myself. Even if I did up myself, I can't. Spam the hack. I can spam the hacking, but then my engineering is just complete shit too. So I can't actually do this mission. Because he wants this fucking... Where is it? He wants the bolter done. But that bolter's locked in that thing that wants me to be level 80 on 2 things. If I recall correctly. Which is a thing I can't do. Because, alright, yeah, it's on Alpha Maps at work. Okay, I'll head back, see if I can trigger something. But if I can't, then I've got to come back here and just take these guys out. I guess. I've got to move forward somehow. You know?
Everyone all right?
I got wait for this!
Oh, I got on the wrong side. Oh no, this bridge here. How is my stuff for repairing? Still partially Gucci. I don't need to worry about that in it. Just yet. I've already been through it. Because it says you need a key to get into the place too. Ooh, arms key. I just keep taking from the one puzzle. So I guess I did have the key, huh?
Don't mess with the best.
Bruh. Oh, the money she had though. Damn, she was holding up. How dare you hold up on me? That's rude. She just straight up attacked me. That's just BS. Talked to her before and she goes out and attacks me like a moron. That's how you get yourself killed, bitch. This definitely gave me at least 1,000 tops. Yeah, and like 3,000 now. So keep walking away. God damn, it's a stupid habit to walk forwards. Because this is an actual town, I'd rather not. I mean, I could wipe out this town, but just saying I could, but I won't do that.
I see the iconoclasts have expanded their quarrel to include you. Ah,
It is
fractious
tempting.
bunch,
I've
aren't
been
they?
tempted like
Anyway,
several times to do so.
What can I do for you? Oh, yes. I'm going to be up all night with this. All those blanks waiting to be filled, boxes waiting to be ticked.
Try to control yourself, sir.
Have you any idea how powerful this is? Corporations have been toppled with less. What a question! Bureaucratic micromanagement is the only way anything gets done in Halcyon, and proper documentation is a key part of that. For our part, a bill of liquidation/transfer Form 52 will protect our holdings on Monarch by temporarily assigning them to a pass-through entity once we drop our bomb on the board.
What?
Wait, we're dropping a bomb on the board?
Sort of. Really, we're just going to blackmail them into offering us a seat at the table.
Oh.
But really, whatever gets you excited about the idea? It's definitely a firm middle finger.
But I want to drop a bomb.
That's what I like to hear. I have reason to believe that one of the other corporations is operating on Monarch, illegally and in secret.
Those bastards. Leave us to our perils, then come back just to reap what they can.
If we can find proof, I can use that as leverage to encourage certain powers that be to accept our Bolt 52 and reinstate us on the board. You really think so? I admit I've been hatching this scheme for quite some time. I just needed someone capable to help me carry it out. If someone is operating here, then Catherine's almost certainly supplying them out of Fallbrook. Perhaps she could be convinced to tell you where they are. Oh, I imagine you do. But as much as I love your can-do attitude and dangerous gravitas, Catherine handles all of our shipments. So it would be best if you could leave her in one piece. Is that how you people put it? Of course. I didn't mean to make assumptions. Once you, subtly work out where this corporate facility might be, bring back proof of its operation. Maybe some nice letterhead.
Wait, is he telling
Or
me
someone working there. That would
person-
do it.
I did
A
kinda
foolproof
kill a
plan
bunch
if
of
I
people.
ever heard one. I'll leave the execution to you.
Alright, I no longer have to talk to you, which is an upgrade. May have killed a bunch of people. these aren't the people he was talking about. Then I guess he's lucky. Where am I going? I have to go over here. Ah, shortcut. My favourite thing. Fresh people I get to help. I mean, kill. I mean, assist. Yes, assist. Hello, people that I have no intentions of killing. Yes.
Time for a round of whist. Or a round of whiskey. Or both.
We gotta make for the bar. Play a couple rounds, crack a couple heads. You know, socialize.
My socializing is killing. No. I'm talking in games.
Make a run with me to Stella Bay?
Hello, fellow people that I'm just gonna walk straight on in.
Uh-huh. You blind, fella? Or can you not see I'm busy? Why is it every sissy pig fucker who strolls into my town expects me to smile and shout awful friendly? Welcome to Fallbrook. Only
Welcome to the end of my barrel.
Law-forsaken land, like a void damn advert.
Catherine, you're as welcoming as ever.
Truthfully spoken, I do aim to properly represent my aforementioned nugget of paradise. You know, I ain't heard that one before. Suppose I'll have to work harder to show you just what makes our town shine. But first, I'll need to know what brings you, stranger. Well, I'm half listening.
You're half listening. Yes, totally.
Good of you to finally haul your ass over here. I wired for backup weeks ago.
Oops.
Got something that's gonna require special extraction from Cascadia.
None.
All right. One of my runners uncovered a cache of ultravitae gas, left in a lab when the board abandoned Cascadia. To extract the gas, you'll need to siphon it from the lab in Cascadia into one of your ship's fuel tanks. Totally safe. I do like your gumption, but let's not be hasty. To get to the gas, you'll need to navigate through the town, which is overrun by marauders.
Oh, that's easy.
The lab itself has become an infested nest, crawling with manties. You gotta fight through, or figure out some other way to exterminate them. Maybe the ventilation system?
By my shrinking ray.
And will again. We ought to be taking any opportunity we get to bury those critters in lead.
Direct and aggressive. I always did like your sensibilities. You know when to strike and when to wait. Shame what came of your crew.
Crews are for ships. They were a family.
Close enough. Now, after you clear the manti nest and reach the storage room, all that's left is to get the gas flowing into the fuel system. The task will require someone with technical skills. Or you could force it through with a plasma overload. Don't recommend that option, though, unless you want to get dead.
I like the second option.
Dandy. Did I mention the gas is of an extremely volatile nature? Handle it with the utmost of care.
Nope.
Once you've got our goods, take them to the groundbreaker. Lilia's fencers ought to handle the rest of it. I've marked the coordinates for you to the lab in Cascadia. Use the passcode Antediluvian on the terminal to get in.
Yes.
But before you make your run, I could use a heavy helping hand regarding a local issue. For a fine fee, of course. Good. This particular matter of opportunity has been eating at me for a while now. There's a Borst factory on up the way, run by a man who calls himself the King. Clive Lundberg, insufferable prick. That aside, it's a business ripe for the plucking. I want it. Clear as that. Stars, I hope so. Clive Lundberg, the self-proclaimed worst king of Monarch, is swimming in profit and drowning in his ego. He's making the only meal to be had this side of Monarch, and I'm tired of ponying up for my dinner. I want that Borst factory, owner dead or alive. And you're the soon-to-be handsomely paid son of a bitch who's gonna get it for me.
Ooh.
Kill him, run him out. I don't rightly care for the details, so long as Clive knows resistance to me is costly and futile. Hit him where it hurts. In his gut, or his production lines ought to make do. Sometimes the simplest solution is the sweetest. I don't give a whit about the method or the means, just the end.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
It'll be more than good when you're finished. Maybe not for Clive, but for me and you, I'm sure.
I get double money.
Oh, and if you don't fancy going in guns blazing or crawling through a sewer pipe, see Duncan in the dry goods and sundry building. He ought to have an employee ID in that stash of illicit goods he keeps for select clientele. May
So
luck
you're
be
gonna make me
with
pay
you,
for something if
since I
don't
won't.
like Guns Ho. But Guns Ho is more fun. Guns Ho.
Catherine's great, ain't she? She'll pull you out of the sulfur, so long as you don't mind being in her debt.
She's about as welcoming as a wrench to the face.
Oh.
And half as tender.
Can I have a clear as day?
How's Clive? I do hope you gave him my regards.
Hold on. That's another mission entirely. Aaron screen. No. Okay, here we go. Eating. I have to do something to do with gas and stuff. Murder, murder, fun, fun. There was also a way I could avoid the whole guns blazing part, but that's not fun. Can I teleport my way? Oh, shortcut. Yoink. I could have. I mean, I couldn't teleport to the other one because there's like a bridge that cock blocks it.
We can handle this. Excellent time. Open up.
Wait, was I already getting shot at? Oh, I was.
Gotta find a hole in the armor.
Yourself, people can't handle the strength or anything.
I don't think you're getting through.
Everyone all right?
Shrinking people is fun. Alright. nice. Yeah. It's just a shame that can I hack this thing? No, you need 90. I guess the switch part is. It's a shame this gun can't like mess up absolutely everything.
Here we go. Get through.
Nice try, bud. Well, at least the money cartridges look cool. They're like what you would expect it to look like, sci-fi wise.
Here we go.
He dropped nothing outside.
All right.
Open sesame.
Huh? Yeah. Now that was fun.
Oh, it's closed. Oh, I missed a thing. I'll quickly sell my shit. Oh, I got 6 out. That pink armor though. Yeah, no. Mr. Acid. I do have some trashy stuff, right? Yeah. Let's go. Fancy helmet. Money. Fancy. That was a glitch, right? I'm not. Just stated I had only a couple hundred. It was like level 1 again. I was like, no. Ooh, safe I can crack.
Nice work.
Ding, 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 ding. Boop, boop. Did I do thing? I think I did thing. Oh, I can't go in the elevator, but I'm gonna grab this quick. Yoink. Anything else? Oh, yoink. I nearly forgot about money. How could I forget about money? It's not right. Alright. Damn.
Wonder if we'll find any grisly experiments in here.
You think? Damn. We have.
Proximity alert. Biology human. Protocol kill all plants. Suspended. Present your Rizzo identification credentials or prepare to be downsized.
Downsized.
Attempting to disengage security protocols without proper authorization is a fireable offense. Priming weapons.
You don't want to shoot us. We're from the board. Real distinguished corporate jackasses we are. Yeah.
Mediocre verbal evasion detected. Threat level downgraded to negligible. Weapons disengaged.
Pity? Nah, that was pure terror.
Be advised. Mantisaur threat level is petrifying purple berry. Please use caution. Mantisaur wounds are not covered under Rizzo's health policy. Have a productive day.
Yay! But it's not cast as stealing, so yoink anything in front of these weird things' faces. Wow, how very protective. Has a locked door, but I can just literally just walk around the fucker.
Captain, I've touched down on Cascadia's landing pad. You'll need to connect the storage tanks to my fueling system, and then exchange them from an authorized terminal within the lab.
There we go. Easy as. Fancy. Oh look, there's a friendly in there. Look, a friendly guy. Oh, we can hack this. Like, I get a pink gear without having to pay for it. Yay.
traps. Watch your step.
Thanks for the reminder. It's not very interesting.
Nice work.
That was fun.
I am not Hondo on that one. Oh, there's a ladder to get up there. Sweet. Yay!
That should do it. Just gotta siphon off the Alta Vitae.
Yay! Free stuff. Alrighty. Oh, that was fun and easy. Ooh, bits. Anything fun? Is that a thing I can piss about with? Just gonna double test something, get them out of the way. That is some strong ass glass. Damn.
Everyone alright?
Bum, 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 ba-dum, ba-dum, bum. Space class. Mark. Wow. I can't do any of those things. I can't.
We ought to be running right now, Captain.
I was not paying attention to what you just said. But I'm sure it's fine. That's some pointless parkour. I want to do it. Oh, can they? Oh, they do the parkour. That's nice. Oh, sneaky. Look at that. A science gun. A mind control ray. I would have missed that. Look at that. That looks like something from Men in Black. I want to try out a new space gun. It's more damaging than the one I have. So I'm assuming space guns are like super rare shit. Like the rare. Oh no, it's a straight up like rifle-esque. It's weird and awesome. It's just a scientist. Literally just did all the parkour just to get to it. It's nuts. And I've just killed myself because I walked too far back. Fuck's sake. Did I get it? Did it save when I yoinked? Yeah, it saved when I yoinked. Okay. Note to self. You got to be dead careful when you're walking backwards with the ladder. Are you shitting me? Come on, fam. Come on. I'm not doing so hot on this parkour piece. Not even that hard. It's not meant to be. Okay. Get the fuck out. Do you want me to go back in my inventory and show you for a bit? Did it anyway. Thanks for your pistol, kind sir. Oh, okay.
Hey, I remember Cascadia from that one episode of Terror on Monarch. Crawling with monsters it was.
This is what you get when a corporation takes a dump and walks off without cleaning it up.
Yes. But I get a spooky weapon for it. So, in theory, I'm the one who wins. I don't know how this works, but here goes nothing.
Let's take him down! Let him have it! Yeah!
That is
Now
sick.
that was fun!
That is a sick ass gun I have got. I'm never trading. Just gonna yoink all these strings off the conveyor belt as I can. Damn, these guys just have ammo and stuff. It's just stacked. Repair all my stuff. Yes, even this. Oh, I can't repair no more. Keeping that shotgun. Couldn't care less for that thing. Oh, I could care less. I like that one before that one, so I'll just break this down. Yes. Oh, okay. lazy way. So I do not have utilities, footsteps. Just have that one, I'll flip the other one. Alright, yeah, I have money to tinker things. Look how cheap that is. I can up the shit out of this. I'm gonna up that second game to hundreds. Okay, so they're not all useless now. I can absolutely do that. No, so I have none anyway. Okay, never mind then. Shock. I want to keep those ones. Sweet. Make sure I don't miss everything.
Not that I missed you. I assure you, The Groundbreaker has approved our request for docking, Captain. You're free to disembark.
You can tell who I focused on in the game.
Rizzo's Purpleberry Fudge.
Felix Millstones.
That gas is going to make us a fucking mint. 120-some cubic meters of it, at 1,000,000 bits a pop. Take this. You've earned it.
Damn.
When we get buyers lined up, I'm gonna buy a gold toilet to shit in.
Oh, I need 100.
You're goddamn right. Monarch isn't exactly a walk down the lanes of Byzantium. But here you are with all your limbs attached. Call me impressed, contractor. No one you saw, anyway. Glad to see you're looking out for yourself. I hope you kept the Unreliable's engines warm. 'Cause I got another job lined up for my new favorite contractor. They're gonna salvage me a space station. Heliospheric Research Station 1084, to be exact. I want it. Cobwebs and all. Interested?
We're gonna take over a whole space station? This is gonna be great. Oh, do we get to stick a flag in the ground?
This opportunity won't come around again, Captain.
Hell yeah.
Here, this override bypass should get you into the station's systems where you can plant my flag. And one last thing. When you get there, make sure you aren't followed. We wouldn't want that.
No, I kind of do. It'd be more fun.
Glad we understand each other. I'm on the heels of something big. Play your cards right and I'll clue you in. But right now, I'm not sure who I can trust. Just be careful. Someone might try and use you to get to me.
You have fair point. There we go. I'll do that next time. Adios.